Welcome back to Access All Areas, Prem Cup champions, week 2. Let's go. Hey? The Prem Cup champions, here we are.
Absolute team effort.
We
team
are
effort.
back, I see.
It was.
We are Prem Cup. Do you know what? Joke's over. I've probably milked this long enough, my John Terry moment on the pitch. You take that if you want. Congratulations, firstly. Did you just ding them?
Sorry about that.
You double medal?
Yeah, so, I mean... So
Talk us through them to start with.
So this one's the team one. It doesn't mean a whole lot to me. Everyone's got one of these. That's fairly useless to me. But this one right here... So
What's that one,
I can't actually remember what it is. Premiership Rugby Final...
Just keep your microphone towards your mouth so I can hear it.
Player of the match.
Okay,
player of the match.
Of the 30 players who played, you were the best player on the pitch?
Yeah, well, apparently so.
In the final?
You know, there's been some big accusations flown around the last few days, or like, I don't like to listen to it too much, the outside noise, greatest player of a generation.
Well, just microphone, because otherwise nobody can hear it. So you've heard a lot,
yeah,
but we can't hear a lot.
One of the best performances ever seen on a rugby pitch. I don't like to listen to it too much.
It's good to get a try scoring second row in, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. The show pony over here, it's a joke on it.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But he
only does worldies, joke. Absolute joke.
His highlight reel's becoming annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly, everyone goes mental in the stadium when there's a try score, especially an amazing try, unless it's Fred. You see, like the top right, where all the players sit.
My worst bit is knowing that Fred's social media is that bad that when when you see his name pop up, he's obviously done something incredible in a game. Because we're only going to see that reposted for the next 2 weeks.
Just a straight repost.
Yeah, he's cropped it long. It's like on in the corner. You can't even click on it.
There's a reel by European Rugby. Yeah. Oh, well, we'll see that again.
But like I said, he's the car horse and I'm the show pony.
Yeah, it's working though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Let's go back to, pre-game Friday. Obviously, biggest game I'd say probably both played in.
Yeah. Well, it's first.
Massive, yeah.
First adults final I've had.
Amazing, adults final. Yeah. is that what we call it?
No, I dominated the under-15 county cup, so I don't know if we're including that.
Leicester Tigers captain, as they couldn't stop saying. That's probably why he got it.
This was a full adults final, wasn't it?
Yeah, full men on the pitch. Can confirm, all adults.
Yeah, full of adults. Pre-game, what was that like? For either of you can dive into this. Fred, you've not said much so far, which is rare for you. How was that for you? Pre-game,
pre-game was good. Just obviously the Friday games they take the day in the day is quite long. But yeah, it was a normal Friday. I got there a little bit earlier than usual. But yeah, there was a certain buzz around the place, and we were all definitely excited to get the game going.
They tried to say, Luds was on last week, tried to say like we're just going to treat it as a normal game, try to do the week. I know Skiv sort of pushed to sort of treat it as a normal week. Can you do that, or was it just more like?
No, I think you try to as much as you can, but I think with the messaging throughout the week is, you know, how often do you get a final at home? How often do you get the opportunity to lift a trophy in your career? That is always in the back of your mind in a big game like this. And I mean, as much as we try to make it a normal week, it definitely didn't feel that way. Also, I realise now we've done the opening to the show. Now I'm sat here in full kit. This is weird, isn't it? Now it's got weirder. Now I'm essentially sat here like the joke. It was funny for the first opening segment. Now I'm just a joke. Is that a match worn one for you? Is it?
It used to fit apparently 6 weeks ago. I can pop this on. That's what. Somebody.
Some nice option globber. Oh, that's lovely. No.
We're still looking for a sponsor for the show. I don't know if anybody wants to volunteer any sponsorship, but
it'll all come at once.
Here we go.
There we are. So
there we go.
Feel less than
that's good.
Will you be able to hear me? That's the question. There you go. But so Friday happened, daytime. We got into the game. First half was.
Yeah. No, I agree. Very much so.
I was having to watch it. It was a bit like
people paid for this.
If I wasn't a Gloucester
people
fan,
have paid money to come here and watch this.
Well, then, and so you get to half time. What was it? Rousing speech? I can't imagine it was a rousing speech. I've heard Lud speak.
Nobody panic.
Yeah.
Don't panic. You're panicking. Yeah. Don't panic.
It's going to be fine. Just stick to the game plan.
Literally, as soon as Lud says,
everyone stop panicking now.
As soon as Lud says that, Lud did say, "Don't panic. Everything's fine." Everyone starts panicking.
Yeah. Why does he keep mentioning panicking?
No, I'm not panicking.
Why is he sweating as he says it?
Yeah. He's asking people how panic they're on.
Yeah. Nobody's panicking. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Don't want to win it. So then came out the second half. Things started to click, didn't they?
Yeah, apparently so. We had that sort of, to be fair, it was quite a mental, 10-minute period in that game Whereas
Hell, they were down to 13. Yeah. That would have helped for a bit.
that is always beneficial.
No, it is. It's easier to play against 13.
Yeah, it is actually. That's a good analysis from that period actually. Also helps when Andre Pollard decides to kick it 5 metres off the kickoff and Max gets a 50-metre run in.
Yeah,
For Fred to pass
it outside to Thorlo. Yeah.
Thor,
It's not my fault. Thorley's in
Thorlo, just have
Can't
that.
hear Thorley. Can't even hear him.
Just have that on your outside.
Yeah, it's tough that.
Some highs and lows in that game, wasn't there for you?
Yeah, well, second row, we combined to score your try, didn't we?
Yeah.
Are you sorry? You're claiming part of his try, are you?
Unfortunately, he did have quite a good pass in the lead up to it.
That was amazing, wasn't it? Annoying, really annoying.
Yeah, I don't want to dive into it too much.
Thorlo probably could have scored that one straight away, but
just straight at the run at the corner.
he was so surprised to get the ball.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
and he looked down. It hadn't
come a lot that night to him.
Yeah, that's years of non-23 sessions just coming all to fruition then.
So then at what point you get into that game? We got a fairly decent lead at one point, didn't we, as well?
Yeah.
At what point was your mind going, how are we going to celebrate? Genuine.
Probably when I got the yellow card in the 74th, working out mathematically, can we lose this game?
I'm not going back on, so...
Yeah, well, AJ then says to me, just get ready, 84 minutes,
84
you could go
minutes? Come on, AJ.
Say, AJ, there's going to...
Get me a beer.
Yeah. Nice band, mate, gives a kroner, right
come
sharp. Yeah, that was probably... No, at all. After the whistle, it was, as I say, as we realised that it's my first adults final.
Yeah.
So it was all
You
new
should stop playing kids rugby, by
It
the
was
way.
all...
It's getting weird now.
Just love it.
You're 25 years old. Stop entering under 16s tournaments. So then obviously amazing. I don't think I've seen it for years. You've seen it for a long time. Like it was pretty special Friday night, wasn't it?
It was.
Post game, that was.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously built up being a final at home, but it wasn't until. So it was all different, the flamethrowers around the pitch, everything was just elevated.
Yeah, the fireworks were good.
So then, obviously, it's finished, and then you get that moment where you do the trophy lift, pretty special.
Yeah.
And then Lud's brought some old boy back into doing it. Which, let's be honest, that was weird, wasn't it? It was really nice.
He hated it as well. He was like, no, don't make me lift the trophy.
And I was desperate. I know we'd spoken about it, and I was honestly, in the back of my mind, I thought you were going to do it. I thought you were going to actually come on in full kit.
With the kit on. I genuinely, me and Charis walked to the back.
I know you thought about it as well.
We walked to the back of that picture, walking there, talking, saying, I feel a bit weird getting in the back of this. And then he opened that gap through, he started to... And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, what's all right?
Okay. You didn't want that. Oh, okay.
I genuinely felt awkward at first, then I just thought, I'll let it happen.
I'm the man.
Oh, no,
Exactly.
God. I've been retired for 4 days and you win a trophy. It's quite insulting, actually. Really, so it's been 10 years and you...
Decide that's when we're doing.
So then, talk me through the next 24 hours then. Cam, start with you. What does that entail for you?
Yeah, so straight after the game, everyone's celebrating with their families and partners. Mine's actually at the Gold Cup at this point. So she hadn't come to the game. She said, it's rugby. What are you going to do?
She probably put the Gold Cup thinking you weren't playing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not her fault, that.
Oh, right, yeah. What are you going to do? Score and get man of the match? I'm not watching. The first
edit. Or maybe a bleed.
Can't take him anywhere.
Yeah, so she didn't come to the game. I only actually saw her really for the first time Sunday evening because she was out and then didn't see her.
And then there was a period of time where you can't remember what happened, wasn't there?
Yeah, exactly. A period of time where I was arguably the MVP of Cheltenham. I'm walking everywhere and I'm just getting crowd, even in Tesco. They're like, oh my God, it's Cam Jordan. Why have you got your medal on, sir?
Yeah, why are you wearing kit and medals? Yeah. Goody's done that for 4 days. It's not original.
Yeah, I know. But so we went straight from the game, had a few beers in the changing room. It was actually really nice for me. I realise it's not much of a sentimental moment, this podcast, but my mate Tay from back home, it was the first time he'd seen me play, so it was pretty special for me for him to come down to that. So that was really cool. So I spent quite a bit of time with him.
He'll come to every game then now, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. No pressure, mate. So I spent quite a bit of time with him after the game because it was the first time. And then the boys we had a few beers in the changing room, had a bit of a sing-song, and then reconvened in town later on. Fred said, meet you all there.
Yeah. I was
just
about
got
to
to drop
come on
Amelia
to
at home.
I'll drop the missus at home and then I'll see you all in town. Which never happened.
The same car I was in with Aki, I think I was in, The straight through crew.
I hadn't played. I just won, had I? I just lifted the trophy, but I hadn't played.
Lads, see you in town 12:30. Aki as well, actually. He said, I'll get you all in the nightclub. Get there for 12:30.
Of course he does.
Sorted Saturday out there, didn't I?
Gets to 12:30.
What was Saturday?
Well, it's more the fact we get to there at 12:30 after Aki sorted the nightclub out. We get there, Mark says we've got someone inside. Who's Mark? It's the first question.
Nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Keep going.
My contacts don't stretch that far.
Who's the Mar bloke? Why the thought of you want to come in here? Not a chance. Go home, lads. mental night out.
So then Saturday rolls round.
Yeah, exactly. Feeling fresh as a daisy early Saturday morning. 12 p.m. midday start at Dunton's. Fred turned up to that bit, so I'll probably let him
we
talk about that.
Rocked up midday, came with a few of the lads, and then basically the jugs were flowing. Obviously the tab was...
The trophy arrived, didn't it? Tim brought the trophy.
Eventually, that rocked up a few hours later, I'm not going to lie. I don't know, where was that trophy on
Tim had
Friday
kept
night?
it, yeah.
Where was it? Did you take hold of it on Friday night?
Yeah, he didn't trust
You were
himself.
professional, so you slept with it on Friday night?
I did that like golden snitching tees. Everyone all over that.
People were necking from the trophy,
There
weren't
were
they?
a lot of people necking from the trophy.
A lot of chanting, which was good to see.
Great chanting, jugs was being poured, and then, obviously you were the reason why we were there and why we were getting sorted out, because Mark had agreed to do Q&As with them all day. Are we going to discuss this?
Mark was on a commission basis there.
I wasn't getting paid.
So we've got this whole little area at Dunton's, quite reasonably late notice, like great set. And I was are they just giving this to us for free? And I was like, yeah. Next thing you know, can Mark come to the stage, please?
The amazing bit was they hadn't even asked me to do that.
No, it was more the other way around. Is anyone using... Is the mic being used?
They were asking me to stop doing that by the end of it, especially when I took you up, and they didn't want me up there anymore, did they?
Well, I'm not, the dregs were there. That was at 9 o'clock at night.
So that was it. Boys had a good time. Let's call it a day at that. Boys had a good time, didn't they?
Yeah,
we did.
Boys had great fun. We lasted a long time. And then the amazing thing is, 6 days later, you've got to do it all again, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. And that's sort of, definitely. And that is sort of one of the weirder things about it. There's not that many cups competitions that you win and then you roll into another one, especially against the same team.
Yeah.
6 days later, that is particularly bizarre.
Well, Fred, you'll be playing, Fred. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's going to be a bit bizarre. Obviously, Leicester have probably got a few more players coming back into the team than we have. I've been at Gloucester now 8 seasons, never won at Welford Road.
Amazing.
So I'd love to try and obviously get a win there.
And there's always,
that'd be a great time.
At the moment, there's always an added bonus to it in there of like the Slater Cup does sit.
Yeah, and I think we've not actually officially won Slater Cup.
I think
there's always that element casting over the week.
We've got the Slater Prem Cup, if that's...
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm not sure if ever put his name to that. He may do, you never know.
Bring it back to the Prem Cup. We get it, you've got your medal on.
Are these still here, are they? Can you see them on? Is that... Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm wearing weird kit, so at least you've won them.
For once I look the best dressed.
It's different though, isn't it, going up there? It's a tough gig.
Yeah, it is the whole aura of Leicester, and
how do you deal with that mentally? Like we say, you're basically playing the same team again, aren't you? They'll add a few players back in. They'll get the boys back from England as well. So what was said today? Because it's a short week and we've never experienced this. The idea of coming off a high like that. Then how do you get boys back into Monday? Do you just roll through, or do you acknowledge it? What was
we had this morning. We had really positive meetings, obviously reviewing the game and a few stories of what happened on Saturday. But then it was very much when Skiv spoke. It's the classic cliche of almost like a next job mentality, where we appreciated that it's a different cup competition. Leicester have still got lots to play in this. They've got a lot of players coming back, and obviously before you know it, we're doing a team walk through with various different plays that we're now going to install for the week.
Where does it sit now? Obviously, going into the league, you can be as honest as you want here. Like, where does it sit? It's been a disappointing league campaign, hasn't it? We don't make any bones about that. Obviously, an amazing cup campaign, Prem Cup, doing really well in Europe. Now, is this a case of go out there, win as many league games as possible, use it to bounce into the European games? Where does it sit? Or is it mostly about performance, or is it trying to get a win now, do you think?
I think it's mostly about performance. I think teams will probably look at us now. We're probably a bit more of a dangerous team where we haven't really got much to play from the Prem, but we're a quality outfit. And if we do turn up and turn it on, I'm confident we could turn pretty much any team over in the league.
It's ironic that you've just said quality outfit, dressed like that.
Guilty.
Lululemon and Oxon combo.
He knows. Yeah, I am an ambassador.
Can I help myself then? And so what has the overriding feeling been from this? What's your takeaway been from this? Try and win more of these?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said earlier, you don't win many. Not many finals. Don't win many trophies. I've obviously been a part of the 2 losing Challenge Cups in recent times, and you don't appreciate when you're young. But now I'm getting the wrong side of 30. You appreciate that finals are few and far to come by.
So we'd like one more this year.
Yeah.
That's not too much to ask for, is it?
I don't think so.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as well. Get the shed head down there.
open top bus parade round the docks
the 94 bus.
with both trophies?
Yeah, the 94 bus round the
Just up and down the Golden Valley.
Yeah,
That's what they do.
Bus driver, can you please sit down at the back? Sit down, please.
Can you get off the microphone, please, sir? Yeah.
Who are you, Mark? Please get out.
This guy.
Why has he arrived? He heard there was cameras rolling, didn't you? Do you want to get in?
Come on, do you want to get in?
There's just an opportunity to get on social media.
There is an opportunity.
That's why you're here dressed like that, isn't it?
Here we are.
In my finest gears.
Do you want anything to camera for us?
You're welcome.
We all want to listen to you.
You're
We
welcome.
all want to listen to you. Talking to the mic.
Sorry, so why were you chopping beers in front of the shed when he was man of the match? Why did you take his award?
I actually got voted man of the match by the fans, the faithful of Gloucester.
Yeah.
You're always going to get that,
He's
aren't
got
you?
300 of his mates
I
to vote
probably
for
could
him.
have just sat on the bench for 80
You
and I
didn't
would have
start
got it.
the game. You just had to walk on, didn't you, to get that
That's the
award?
impact I had over 40 minutes, Mark.
And it was noted you had a big moment last week, didn't you, with the squad, obviously into the bench. But you took it like a champ, apparently, didn't you? So we had to celebrate you for being dropped.
Yeah, I got a special mention from the big man.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
For being dropped and taking it well. Ultimately.
Yeah.
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 No, well done for that.
Yeah. Hey, if you need someone honestly.
Take it like a hero.
I won't bring the club down with me. I'll just come out flourishing.
I'm sort of getting a bit too close to that still. I've had it on my knee already. There's an awkward moment. You were responsible for pulling me through the crowd, weren't you, a lot of the time?
Yeah, I wanted you in there.
You're a nice person. Sometimes you do nice bits. I mean, that's very weird.
Paul John Terry.
It was really John Terry fight for the first minute. It was really funny, and then it got really weird. So Nicole gave me a jumper.
I'll leave you to it, shall I? Or have you got more for me?
Yeah, we're about to wrap up.
Because I'm sure I'll probably get my own episode at some point.
Oh, I'd have thought so. Yeah, you don't want to waste this.
Not with these two.
Not with these two. You're a man on your own. I'd have thought.
Yeah.
That'll be the.
It'll probably be like a pay-per-view. That will be.
That'll be the peak.
We'll put that behind a paywall.
Thanks so much for that. Well done. Let's throw to Millie Wood, who's gone to see Mo Hunt, I think over Zoom, this week for a chat about the start of Six Nations. Cheers. No. Come back, Jamal. Jamal,
Final cinemas at the minute,
one more. Right. Idiots, leave it there. Millie Wood has gone for a chat with Mo Hunt this week for a start of Six Nations. Cheers.
Over Zoom.
No, it can't be that either, can it? That's awful.
Why was that awful?
Right.
Why do you keep walking in and out?
Why do you keep coming in and out? I think you're throwing me off and walking in and out.
Oh, you can't edit.
Right. Boys, let's leave it there. Thank you very much.
Take 6.
That's the illusion gone, isn't it? That's never going to happen. Earlier this week, Millie Wood went to see Mo Hunt for a chat about the start of Six Nations. She's not gone to see her. Over Zoom.
She spoke.
You can't say
Millie Wood spoke to Mo Hunt.
Take 7. Go, Jamal.
Take 7.
Go. Amazing. Thank you very much, idiots. Let's leave it there.
Great.
Millie Wood spoke to Mo Hunt this week over Zoom. about the start of the Women's Six Nations. Let's take a look.
Stop saying Zoom.
What does he need to say then?
Can't say Zoom.
You said mention Zoom. Take 8, Jamal. Yeah. Millie Wood spoke to Mo Hunt this week about the start of the Six Nations. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks, Aki. Thanks for that. I am lucky enough to be on a Zoom call right now with the one and only Mo Hunt. Don't need any introduction. I'm sure any Gloucester fan out here knows exactly who you are. But for those small minority that don't, obviously, absolutely infamous Gloucester-Hartpury captain, England scrum half, and honoured to have some of your time this evening. I understand you're getting ready for camp.
No, we are. We're heading into camp tomorrow morning, so bags are waiting to be packed. Managed to get a bit of food down me, and yeah, just got through the door. So lovely to see your face, Mel.
Any specific prep ready for camp? Be honest.
Got my nails done, got my hair done. Yeah, just all the little bits, all the loose ends, just trying to tie up loads of things, which I appreciate isn't like tying up loose ends, but yeah.
Look good, play good, isn't it?
Exactly. You know
exactly that. Right, well, let's dive into the important stuff then. I imagine that going into England camp doesn't feel that different to being at Hartpury with the amount of players that are actually from Gloucester-Hartpury in camp.
No, it's actually class. So we've done quite a lot of mindset stuff at the minute where we're like talking through in small groups and everything, and they quite like us to be separate from like your mates and make sure that you're like speaking to other people, but you actually can't be in a group that doesn't have GH in at the moment, because there's so many of us in camp, which is awesome. Like, so great to see so many familiar faces, and almost like the fruits of our labour, I guess, with how well we're going in the Prem at the minute. It's brilliant to see that that's transpiring into international.
But it must be helpful though, right? How cohesive you are at Gloucester and how successful it's been. The amount of you that are actually in camp, you can take some of that sort of momentum and positivity into camp. I know a couple of girls, you know, from other clubs might be a bit sceptical of that, but that must be helpful, surely.
No, it really is. But to be honest, like the girls that are kind of the stalwarts there are like your Tatiana Herds, your Zoe Allcross. We haven't played with them at all at Gloucester at the minute. So actually, like being back on pitch with Tat and Zoe this week, we're trying to relearn like how we actually work together as well, because we genuinely haven't had any training time together yet this year. So it is awesome, like the way, like playing with Sarah Beckett, playing with Alex Matthews, like more than like you know how they work like all the time, like day in day out, you're training with them. So yeah, like there is that little bit of a click, and when I go to the line, I know there's going to be someone with me because they know how I play. But trying to work that out with everyone else in England now is definitely a bit of a challenge, and Tat and I, it's taken us a couple of training sessions to get back into our groove, because obviously it's not been her in that 12 shirt for most of the year. So yeah, whilst it's amazing, it's just great to see the girls back, to be honest. And like I love them all, so to be in a different environment with them and still have that same positivity and the same outlook on everything is pretty cool.
Cannot wait for those two to be back. I've missed them so much.
I know. Like, it's awesome they're back for England, but I'm like, I just can't wait for you to be back in the GH shirt with me, because yeah, well, you know what Zoe's like, she's like a player and a half to have on the pitch, and if there's any doubt, Tat's going forward for you in attack or D, so it'll be brilliant to have them both back for sure.
Definitely. And just on that note, obviously how much we've seen Gloucester-Hartpury grow itself over the last couple of seasons has been phenomenal. And looking towards that Red Roses setup, how has that sort of grown for you? You've been there quite a while, let's not mention that. But obviously, you know, the change from when you first started is huge. But talk us through like the last couple of seasons, how that has grown.
Yeah, for sure. There's just a freshness about it at the minute. Like you know how it is when you've had the same coaches. So I've been fortunate enough to be involved in that setup. I think it's over 12 years now, which is a bit mental. But in that time, we've only had 2 head coaches. So the difference of what you're trying to get out and how the game plan changes and stuff, obviously you evolve and adapt over time, but there's always kind of that underlying similarity about everything you're doing. And it's a different game. Like, we're playing a different game plan, we're playing a different model. There's a lot more to it. Like, there's a lot more bolt-ons, there's a lot more detail involved in what we're trying to achieve and how we're going to get there, but also with a lot of freedom, if that even makes sense. So it's exciting. Like, I think the overriding feeling for everyone in camp at the minute is that of excitement, like a little bit of nervousness, because no one quite knows where they fit. It's new coaches, it's new coaching staff, it's a new way of playing. Like, is it something that people can get on board with and run with, if you like? But yeah, it's super exciting.
Bit of a reinvigoration and renewed motivation for everyone to give a little bit more.
Yeah, 100%. And I think you need it. Like, you definitely need it for your career, and how that comes will differ depending on the people. So obviously I've had a few different ones, the way that my whole experience has transpired, but like in that setup, like you need somebody to like keep it fresh and to change it. And
Definitely,
coaches do that, like it does evolve, but at the same time, like your philosophy isn't really going to change as a coach, because that is what makes you you and how you deliver that. So no, it is exciting, and I'm just dead excited to see how the girls go, like see how we gel. There's going to be loads of opportunity, from what Mitch has said, for everyone to put their hand up and to get a shot. So quite a lot of movement around our squad, I anticipate, and yeah, we'll see if we can come out the right side of it.
Love it. Well, tell us a bit about John Mitchell then. It's obviously his first campaign. We haven't seen much from him so far. So what's he like as a character?
Do you know what? I really, really like him. I don't think we've even caught up about this, but no, I really like him. I think he's quite intense. He's almost somebody that he's quite big on like mindset and people and being a good person and all that sort of stuff. So he kind of like looks into your soul a little bit when he's having conversations
Like
with
that.
you. But I'm all right with that. You'd hate it, but I'm genuinely all right with it. I kind of live on that side as well. But no, he seems to get people. He challenges people in different ways, which I really respect. So like for me, he'll say one thing. For a Meg Jones, he'll pip her against somebody and say like, that's your challenge, because that's how he gets the best out of her. And he seems to be working well with different people and inspiring people in the right way, which I'm all for. And then, yeah, he's quite a quietly spoken character. So when he's delivering, like, you really have to tune into what he's saying. But then he's also very direct with some of his communication and how he wants things to be run and that sort of thing. So yeah, huge amount of respect for him at the minute. His detail is next level, like, which I really, really enjoy. You know how much of a nose I am. And yeah, just like, yeah, it seems to be in a really good space at the minute.
On the social media aspect of things, you know, people are sort of getting used to England being so dominant within the Six Nations, and it's that classic, oh, you know, they'll beat every home nation pretty comfortably, and France will be sort of the real test. Is it hard to sort of stay in camp and stay sort of focused on the goal at hand, given previous results against other teams and how comfortably you do beat them? Is there something specific that you focus on, or do you sort of take every challenge as a new challenge every year and expect the unexpected from these teams?
I think there's a few things in that. Like, definitely every game is important. Like, every game you want to get better. So yes, like, the opposition are the opposition, and to be honest, like, everyone's improving year on year, and the gap, in my opinion, is closing every year. So we actually, like, personally, I'm sat here not knowing what Italy are going to throw at us on Sunday. Like, they've always been so unpredictable. They're one of the hardest drift defences I've ever played against to try and break down and actually get a foothold into the game. You really have to work them over, and it's the old classic, like, the scoreline doesn't reflect it, but genuinely a lot of the time it doesn't. For us though, at the moment, putting on that England shirt, like, whoever gets that opportunity, it's class, it's amazing, and you want to be the best you can be because you're pulling on that shirt, and you always want to leave it in a better place. We also have a new game plan we're trying to implement. We have new coaching staff that we're trying to impress. So it doesn't really matter who you're up against, or the challenge definitely for me, like, lies within, and making sure that we come out of that tournament in a better place than we went in, that we've embedded loads of stuff that we're trying to do. You can see clear pathway in how we're trying to attack, how we're trying to defend, and there's that whole team buy-in as well. I think that's the other thing, is they've come out and said, this is who's going to play. You're all going to get an opportunity. Like, be ready to take your opportunity. So he said it's a 35-man squad. He wants to see everyone in that squad playing. So you just don't know, like, when you're going to play, when you're going to be on the bench, if you're going to be not involved. And so every time you actually play, like, it genuinely does mean a lot, and it means that you have to be on your money and you have to go after it. Which is, again, like, that almost like nervous energy that you're a bit fearful for what might come, but it is super exciting.
It's so interesting to hear it from an insider's perspective. Anyway, right, let's bring it back home. Did you get a chance to watch the boys on Friday night?
Yes, did I get a chance? I was driving home when it kicked off, and I was fuming because the traffic was terrible. But no, managed to get in, I think, 10 minutes into the kickoff. So had it on in the background, but just was, dead chuffed for 'em.
Better than Christmas, I think.
Better than last year.
Don't ask me questions like that. I'll have to be honest. You know what I'm like.
No, it genuinely was amazing. I actually texted lads before the game and just said, like, all the best for it at home. Just had that feeling, same as we did when we had the final there. We all know how amazing Gloucester fans are, but to be honest, like, when you've got a final at home like that, I knew there was only going to be one result, no matter who they're playing, because those fans turn up and they are, like, having an extra 2 people on the pitch at times. So I'm gutted that I wasn't there. Like, I'm genuinely gutted that I wasn't there in the stand. But I also had the Six Nations around the corner, and I think I would have been in Teagues until about 2 a.m. if I was there. So it's probably a good job I wasn't.
I'll tell you all about it when I next see you.
Amazing.
I will go on for hours. Like, yeah, still recovering from it. Anyway, thank you for giving us some of your time whilst you're prepping for such a big tournament. I guess on behalf of all Gloucester fans, Gloucester-Hartpury fans, all the best in Six Nations to you and all the Gloucester-Hartpury girls. And hopefully we'll catch up soon, and you'll have a big smile on your face by the end of these couple of months.
Defo. If you're on this pod regular, or this little platform regular, we'll have to get Aki to give you another space. So I'll come back.
Be nice if you could let me in the studio, wouldn't it? Anyway, Aki, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Millie. Great to hear from Mo, and good luck to the girls for starting the campaign this weekend. If you have stayed with me through this carnage for this far, we've got 5 of these to give away, signed by the boys from the weekend. So share and tag on various platforms, wherever you're watching this, and we will get these out to 5 lucky winners. Thank you very much. Stick with us because it's only going to get more chaotic. Thanks.